Here we go again today. I wanted to just take a minute to welcome you to our live stream. It's Jason Carey Guitar here, welcome, and we are talking today about, let's go ahead and get things. Oh, good morning, Anthony, how are you? Good morning. And good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. We have Mr. Tuckerman has joined us today. And yeah, all right. I was thinking about tuning. Doing great now. There you go. Good day, mate. Good day. Good day, mate. It's doesn't really do me any good to try to appeal to the dialect or the accent, but I do appreciate the locality. Oh, you went to the gym yesterday? Good for you. I used to show up at the gym with 4 2-liter bottles of water in my backpack and walk the stair treader for an hour and a half, and I'd have people come ask me when I would be finished. So I stopped going to the gym and built a gym. Got a gym here now. But you know what? I'll walk for as long as I want to walk, pal. It's just a funny thing about me. One of the funny things about me, I guess. But enough about me. Hopefully you all have your good morning. You all have your tuning forks going. Here's the A. I think I'm pretty much in tune. I was wondering how you guys all felt about maybe running another week of electric guitar. There's the A440. Oh, Pinky has really improved. You missed, so what we talked about yesterday, we added a looper pedal into my mix because I wanted to have some kind of harmonic, I wanted to put the harmonic, the tonal center and give it some sort of context. And by context, we started working with 3 notes per string yesterday. And today I wanted to work on a couple of different styles of, 3 notes per string and then 4 notes per string and then 3 notes per string and then 4 notes per string and then 3 notes and then 4 or something like that, But I wanted to start with a key of C. I want to just remain in the key of C for now. And then that is going to start us on these really cool major 7 arpeggios that are 2 notes per string and they're patternized. So this is going to start another, we'll begin absorbing some more. Maybe you're familiar with this stuff, maybe not, but this stuff is really fun to get in, absorb into and assimilate into our morning routines. So we'll start by tuning up as we normally do and take it from there. Good morning, B. Good morning. Yeah, the gym will do that to you. Do you do any diet work along with the gym work? I'm particularly interested in that. Just working on breath. Just getting to the guitar this morning. Anthony, good day. Thanks for Little Wings cover. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to go watch that on Anthony Tortorella's channel. He did a cover of Little Wing. I've got to go check that out. I didn't make it over there yesterday. So now I have something to look forward to today, which is nice. All right, so the pinky finger has really improved, Kevin. That's great to hear. That's wonderful to hear. Would love another week of electric, and thanks, B, for you guys for giving me the confidence to keep putting them up. That's an incredible thing to see happening. Like, you're such a talented guitar player, so it makes sense to, when you find the time to do that kind of thing, doesn't it? It feels good. It feels good to be able to share, to be in a situation where you can share the wealth, share the goodness. It's a great situation we find ourselves in. So the guitar is 𝗠𝗲𝗺𝗀𝗺. Nice guitar. Thank you very kindly. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that as we proceed through this morning's ritual, guitar ritual. So if any angle needs to change, I had my wife come by and tell me that the other day that I need to, I could improve the angle of the guitar, but it's kind of it can be a little challenging with the vertical world. So we do live streams, widescreen live streams for additional expansion. But let's go ahead and talk about that later. We'll go ahead and start with fingers 3 and 4, and we're 4 attacks per beat. We're at 60 beats per minute, and I hope everybody can hear the metronome okay. I'll place it over here so that we can all benefit from it and hopefully benefit from it. I have my shout out to the wives. Yeah, amen, brother. Yeah. Super, super important to acknowledge. So fingers 3 and 4, we're going through our typical ritual here, and we're going to add some new things, just a few new things, a little bit at a time. But this is a kind of a monumental thing. I got meditating on the word fretboard earlier this morning, and I really want to visualize the term fretboard and what it means to me today. And this is my devotion. If you were here yesterday through to the end, you know that I want to start including devotional pieces to each of my morning rituals, and the same can apply to you. So if you have your own motivational things that you would like to be working on for your own self and your own growth, now's a great time. But I want to devote this moment, this hour-long moment, to just contemplating the word fretboard and what does that mean to me as I'm working through the guitar today. So something very simple, that world peace and all of that good stuff, but I'm focusing on fretboard and just getting across the fretboard. So we're starting with fingers 3 and 4 on frets 11 and 12, and then we're going up the fretboard. Willie Wally, welcome. I think Willie Wally's a new name, right? Have you guys seen Willie here before this morning? So if we could have some representation and go ahead and give him. How do we welcome new members to this live chat? I mean, he's chatting early on, and it's sort of a little bit of a risk to do that for some of us. So thank you very much for doing that, Willie. Beautiful effort, man. Way to be here. Fingers 3 and 4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and then Jedi. Good morning. Yes. Are you the Jedi from the main cabin masters? Different Jedi. 1 and 2 and you know what to do. So I hope you're joining us for Welcome Jedi. Different guy. Organic Machine Dean. Jedi Mind Tricks, yeah. This is not the guitar you're looking for. So if you're new here, I'm working this is electric week, so this is important. And this is not intended to be a retention edit So it's not like I'm going to, I'll try to maintain an upbeat and positive and cheerful demeanor so that we can all, you know, we don't want to experience lag or drop off, or I'm getting tired of this whole thing. What I want to inspire you to bring your guitar with you to this meeting and join us with your guitar, and as we go through the tuning process, the breathing process, and all of these other mechanical and chromatic processes that we use every morning so that we can improve ourselves as people, you know, God-fearing people, God-fearing men and women, and guitar playing and turn ourselves basically into guitar practitioners. So we have 1 E and a 2 E fingers, 2 and 3, go E and frets 11 and 12, and we're working fingers, you know, just the 2 finger groupings. And one of the reasons why we're here is because I wrote out a 12-month plan for myself as a guitar player, and it had me playing the guitar every morning, doing a warm-up routine 5 days a week at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I thought to myself, well, if I want to do this, if I want to better myself to do this, I bet there are other guitar players in the world who are either beginning, they're in the middle stages of the guitar, or they're advancing in their guitar careers. And I thought, I'd like to offer this up for free for the rest of the year, and as a way to support my personal growth and yours. And the cool thing about these exercises is we can all grow together, but we all have different goal sets, right? So that's one of the beauties of this whole arrangement, is bringing your guitar and playing along. And I'll keep this show moving along so that we don't dilly-dally, because we do want to maximize our efforts here. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E 11 and 12, same thing, fingers 1 and 2. And I'm making friends with this new pick today. You might hear me suffering, and my technique might be, even more sloppy than usual as we, I negotiate this new. It's just a simple thing. It's just a trade for a pick to pick, and it's roughly the same shape. It's not that 3-angle banger that you can throw as a ninja star. Do you know what I mean? It's just this typical like plectrum. Oh, Organic Machine Dean, that's a smexy guitar. Yeah, I appreciate it. I would if I had a guitar. Okay, yeah, I would get a guitar if I were you. I've found these really cool, 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏s on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, I forget. I got a beautiful Harmony Stella for $50. And it sounds great, I mean, a lot of my friends would probably search for those, Guy Davis probably, people search for those guitars, and you find one for $50, it's like, it's the best I think it's one of the better sounding recording guitars I have. All right, so fingers 2 and 4 now, we're doing the old stretch. This is for you, Mr. Haas, Kevin. All right, so fingers 3 and 4 on frets 11, 10, and 12. Let's dedicate this exercise to our bro, Kevin, all right, who's here with us in the live chat. He's always one of the first to say hi in the mornings, which is great. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 10 and 12, go E and a. Now play some Slayer. Alvin, you got it, man. Right up my alley. Raining Blood. There's a little bit of the South of Heaven stuff going on in there. I can just hear the. It's hard to sing something in one tempo and try to maintain pitch and then play another thing with your person. So that's really what I'm trying to demonstrate here with that little just simple little effort to derail myself, is to just keep working on talking and playing the guitar, because it's a great and wonderful skill to have. Because guitar players, we play guitar, oh, same thing, sorry, fingers 2 and 3. This is also for Kevin, and this one's for you and me and Anthony as well. All right, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and go. And 2 and 10 and 12, fingers 2 and 3. And this is a wreck of an exercise for me. You know, this one just almost kills me every time. So good luck. If you need to go back and do this at a slower tempo, I would not blame you. So as these videos come to pass, these live experiences come to pass, they do get posted to the channel under the lives in the morning ritual playlist. So you could go back and watch these on demand and half the speed. Some of the things that we're going to talk about later today might be might qualify as that kind of material. Good morning, Marlon. Yes, sir. Pentatonic minor. We actually are going to get into some pentatonic minor today too. Hopefully. All right, fingers 1 and 2, and here to 𝗥𝗶𝘁𝗂𝗹 and go. I played a great 꽍Å in Guitar Center yesterday. Was close to taking it home. Which one was it? The like the Tennessee Rose or what? Acoustic? Home is where the heart is, Anthony. Oh yeah, System of a Down. 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏. I can, and I do. I like to do those things, and I really love seeing those song requests come by, because sometimes it keeps me young too. That's one of the things. It's like you never know when those songs are going to show up on my channel as like fully curated guitar sessions, guitar lessons, and tutorials. So I would encourage you to keep asking for those. Just keep mentioning those requests, because they are living in my mind for sure, and all of those songs are near and dear to my heart. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use 2 fingers again. This time we're dropping the second finger. Let me just explain to what's going on in my mind about this. We're in position number 8, right? But now what I'm doing is I'm using finger 2 from position 8 on fret number 9, and usually that finger's on reserve for the person in the front row, but today we're going to use it. And then finger 4, we got that fret 12 on the low E string, so 2, 4. Okay, and then we're stretching 2 frets between fingers 2 and 4. Right, and if I don't have a guitar, if you want to play along, you can just kind of do the fingernails, the fingers the way that we're doing, right? So who said that you don't have a guitar here? Organic Machine Dean, right? So if you we'll use our thumb as the fretboard, and then we'll go ahead and use fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2 and 3, or 1 and 3, and just kind of follow along, but just use the guitar as your thumb as a guitar fretboard. And today, my intention is to continue along, focusing and meditating front of mind, top of mind, fretboard. The word fretboard is really meaning something to me today, right? All right, and 1 and 2. Where were we? Okay, position number 8. We're using fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. Electric jazz body like G through semi-hollow. Yeah. Very nice guitar. Oh, favorite? Oh, Timid. Yeah, what are the favorite? Do we have any favorite? Do any of us have favorite grunge bands here? I'm a radio star, it's like I've got to say, mine personally, I'm just going to start because I'm so excited about that grunge thing. It's, obviously I've got a flannel on and, torn to heck pants or whatever, so obviously it kind of rings a bell. But I like the, I like all of the Alice in Chains work, I like all of the Pearl Jam work, love all of the Soundgarden work, like the Temple of the Dog work. I focused on, a lot of those albums for a long time. And I would recommend anybody, focus on those albums for a long time. Jar of Flies is great. Fingers 2 and 4, we've executed that up and down. Now we're using fingers 1 and 3, same program, same fretboard program. So we have 9 and 12. If you're just joining us, we're going to count off and we're playing an exercise together. 1 E and a 2 E and a, stick around and play together. 1 and 2 and down, right. And 3 E and a 1 and a da 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 da. Right, 4 attacks per beat. We're always here 5 days a week, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for about an hour. You know, we've been running a little bit over, and then we could run over if everyone prefers to run over, but I think an hour is a good start for a solid warm-up, because that gives us time to absorb new things. Hopefully we can fit it into the calendar a little bit easier than we can an hour and a half. And the entire point that I'm trying to make here is just to get to the seat time. Just getting to the seat time is just so important for me. All right, so we've used fingers 2 and 3, you know, these two fingers, these two fingers, these two fingers. We've used these two fingers and these two fingers. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these two fingers. We never used just these two fingers. So 1 and 4, surprise, surprise. We'll start on position 9 and we'll use frets 9 and 13. And we're skipping, we're using a 3-fret spread in the middle here. So maybe we can just focus on breath a little bit more here. Ready? 1 E and a 2 E and a D E and a 4 E and a, oh yeah, mostly crazy all the time. Good morning. How are you today? Wonderful to see you, and we're definitely on the electric kick. We're going to finish Electric Week out strong. We're using some new technologies and new techniques this morning. We're going to, I think, add one more week. We are going to extend Electric Week into next week. And it's so good to have you here this morning. Please, everyone, watch how our teacher doesn't show you all how to skip your pinky. Pinky is super important. It's a member of the family. It shows up to the table. It gets to pass the loaf of bread or pass the butter, you know. All right, so we'll go through different rhythmic permutations in a little bit. Let's start out with fingers 2, 3, and 4 on position 9. We're using 10, 11, and 12, and we're burning right through this warm-up. So we've probably practiced for 15 minutes, right? So let's go ahead and just do a quick stretch break. And we're using 15 clicks. Straight, oh, hey, let's turn the volume down. We'll get the straight arm here, straight elbow, and then we'll go ahead and use the, we're just bringing all of the fingers back to the point where the stretch feels really good and feels really comfortable. If it's not feeling good and comfortable, we're probably doing it wrong, and just change it up. I like to roll I'll show you with the other arm. I like to roll my forearm around just to try to get those extra tissues exposed to the stretch. Everything I do up, I do down, and everything I do on one arm, I do on the other arm for this sole purpose of symmetry. I think that's the only reason. I think I just would rather walk around with both arms the same length if I can. It's a big ask sometimes, but timid, yeah. All right, so I see, oh, favorite grunge bands. Good, we listed a few. Please, everyone, watch how our teacher doesn't show y'all how to skip your pinky. Timid. Yeah, the songwriting especially, okay, yeah, the songwriting, especially the riffs, vocals, and lyrics were just so good to hear on some AIC. Yeah, and I'm assuming that's Alice in Chains, and it's good stuff. You know, I'm wondering a little bit about how an entire nation can witness. Let's use Mr. Cobain or Mr. Staley for a moment. how we can witness literal cries for help on records that were literally shipped globally. And to my knowledge, I don't really know much about the scene, but I know, when you're issuing a cry for help, maybe more hands can get on board in the future. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how you all feel about that, but you can't change. You have to want to change, I guess. You can only help the ones that want to be helped. And those of us, and I'll include myself in that situation, we can only help those of us who wish to be helped or who wish to seek change. And so that's the sort of like the terror of grunge for me, is that it was so widely distributed and yet so under calculated. The messaging was maybe underappreciated, under-received, didn't raise enough of an alarm, I guess. But I think that's the idea about the guitar culturally, and through cultural anthropology or cultural psychology, is that psychological anthropology. There are longitudinal movements in our social and behavioral activities, and the guitar has proven time and time again that it can give voice to those things that would otherwise have no voice. Isn't it? To me, it's just an amazing instrument, right? And you can go buy a really cool guitar and form a grunge band for, $50 if you want, $300 if you want, and it's just so cool that we all have access to be able to do that. So let's take a look at fingers 2, 3, and 4. If you're still here after that little break, the stretch felt great. I'm ready to hit it. I hope you're ready to hit it too. Let's take a look at 2, 3, and 4, and we're using 1E and a 2E and a TE and a 4E and I have a little more trouble when I'm using, the down up. So binary here and then ternary or 3 notes, or tertiary groupings here. So I'm playing this 3-note groupings with the 2 on the picking head, and so I have a little more difficulty talking over this exercise, which encourages me to, not force is the wrong word, but it encourages me to improve that. So I'm going to the best of my ability, work on maintaining this episode here while maintaining steady conversation and holding that storyline. So we'll see if I can accomplish it today. 1E and a 2E and a TE and a 4E and please play a rock solo. Oh yeah. Now you're talking the language. I'm planning to get Epiphone Casino, right? What you have thought about that guitar, Jason? I know Epiphone does a really great job at everything. It's hard to buy a bad guitar. Are you here's my initial question, are you in a position to go to multiple stores and play multiple copies of that Casino? If you are, I would recommend that you get your hands on as many of them as you can, because each one will have been made on a different day of the week, will have different wood and different manufacturer. Even though they're the same model, you can run into, one's a musical instrument and the other one is just, firewood, for lack of better terminology. So I would recommend, that's all I would say is, if you can, make an adventure out of it. And if you do go around and try guitars, Beck, I know you're running around with a cell phone. Can you document your journey for us? I mean, if you guys are out there trying guitars out in a shop, just bring a little stand for your mobile phone or have somebody hold it with you, and just go through the process thoughtfully, and then give us some feedback on what your thoughts are. Let's say I played 10 versions of the Casino, and then, oh my word, 9 out of 10 of them were flawless. Now I have to go replay those 9, and one was like not for me. But if you could, I'd be really interested in seeing your personal reviews or interactions with new instruments. That would be interesting to me. And if it's interesting to me, it might be interesting to others. So fingers 1, 2, and 3. 11, 10, 11, 12, but don't let me into, I don't want to be a thorn in your side either. So, just because it's interesting to me doesn't mean you should run out and do it. 1E and a 2E and a TE and a faux E and a, obviously you want to be respectful of the public domain and all of that stuff, getting people that you don't want to film. It's a good idea, I've noticed, to just ask people if it's okay to be filming, and then if it is, then cool. If it's not, then maybe it's not, those are all conversations that you'll have to have, I think. But at least play a bunch of the guitars, I played a few copies of the 446 before I dropped the bank on it, and I kind of wish I still had it, but I just couldn't get it right. Now I wish I still had it. Now I know a luthier who could get it right. And what a beautiful instrument, The Casino is a wonderful guitar. Now, is that the one with the Bigsby on it? Is anybody experiencing internet cutting off? Send me some video. Guitar for everyone. Good morning. Hey, good morning. You snuck right by me in the feed here somehow. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing better than some and worse than others, right in the middle somewhere. So we're using position number 9, and we're using 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's go ahead and do the old position 9 again and use the 4th finger stretch. We'll do that. And 1E and a 2E and a you know what to do E and a. No internet cutting off. Thank you for the response. B, keep giving it a check, and hopefully you can let me know when you have a stable internet connection. So hopefully you didn't miss anything of what I said. I was hoping that you can, when you're running around testing guitars, maybe you can document that process for yourself, number one, and then you have a little spreadsheet of like the things that you like about this guitar and the things that didn't really work about the guitar, and then you have a spreadsheet, 9 or 10 different guitars that you're trying, and then go ahead and just if you wouldn't mind sharing that with us on your channel, that'd be a wonderful tool. It'd be a remarkable experience. If you're shopping for guitars, Anthony, I see you're shopping for guitars too, so that would be a great thing to see. And it would probably be helpful to you and all of us. Jason, my picking hand looks completely different than yours when I play. Is that okay? Well, do we have are you referring to skin tone? Or, what are you referencing? Is my lighting my lighting bad? Am I, it's a great idea, actually. Oh yeah, you have no idea. I mean, people love to see that stuff. And then especially, if you can get me like an honest to goodness sort of like, hey, the tone, the resonance, like how long the strings take to decay, so we could study the sustain of the instrument. Just try to approach it from your own personal perspective, if you can. It's super uncomfortable to be in front of the camera, and you get used to it, I think. You can do it. I know you've all got enough talent to do anything you want here, so. Take a look at fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at 1, 2, 3, 4 reverse. Then we descend a position. We do 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 4, 3, 2, 1 reverse. Then we descend a position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1 reverse. All right, here we go. All 4 string groups. This one, starting here, down and back to the place from whence we came. 4 middle strings, down and back to the place from whence we came. Bottom 4 strings, down and back to the place from whence we came. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for attending. Stick around because it's going to be a wild year. 1 E and a 2 E and a, here we go and a. Oh, B, thank you very much for the super chat. You know, those super chats are all about, if you can't keep the lights on. No, wait. How does it go? You can't keep, wait, you can't change the world if you can't keep the lights on. And I don't expect to fund what I'm doing solely through live chats, you know, at this point in my career, but I certainly do appreciate it because every single penny helps. So every single bit is we're very thankful for any contribution that you feel comfortable with making and you're able to make. So thank you again. So let's go ahead and 4 middle strings. That's 4 middle strings. We got 1 E and a, 2 E and a, same thing, go. Jason, I can share my band's newest song we just released. I'm not looking for publicity, just want your opinion on it. Oh yeah, please share it. Absolutely. That's what this is all about. Yeah, definitely. I think I can speak for at least myself that 1 E and a, 2 E and a, T E and a 1 we're going to ascend. I think I can speak for myself at least by saying, please give it a post. We'd love to see it. Post a video of it, sure. Take a look at the right hand. If anyone, you know, if anyone else has questions about anything like that, and you'd like to have some, you know, some sort of like a second set of eyes on it, I'm very happy to take a look at what you're doing and where your progress is, you know. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, T E and a, faux E. And if I can even be of assistance, you know, maybe I can be useful that way, okay? Maybe you can work an exercise for me, guitar for everyone. Maybe you can work like this 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise that I'm doing now, and that would give me a pretty good idea of like a preview of what your picking hand is doing. You're talking about your picking hand, correct? My picking hand, yeah, it looks differently. Okay, but that's okay. You can look however you want it to look. Like Angus Young's picking hand looks totally different than mine. You know, it's like. It's okay. Sometimes it's just who we are. I'll post a video of it. Please do, and then share it with the gang if you don't mind. You know, I think it would be cool to share it with the gang. And then Jeff West B. What's going on this morning? How you doing? Welcome to the channel, and I'm so happy that you're here for the live stream. Bring your guitar, and let me just tell you a little bit about what we're up to here. All right, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We did the stretches. I didn't do the stretch yet. So let's do the 1, 2, 3, 4 with a. I think we need to do this. I'm not sure if we did this or not yet, but we're going to do it right now. 1 E and a, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, you know what to do. And I'm mostly crazy all the time. Hope that worked. I'm a tech idiot. Yeah, well, you know what? It's like. You can only do so much in a lifetime. You know, I was just on the phone with the guys at tedgreen.com last night, or one of the guys from, anyway, he, you know, like for example, Mr. Green, if the late great Mr. Ted Green, we have a series on my YouTube channel here where I'm literally walking through Mr. Ted Green's chord chemistry book, word by word, page by page, chord by chord. And, you know, it's not for everybody, but if you're really looking to just say we got our fingers and our hands and our picks and everything on, and our minds wrapped around every single detail of that book, it's definitely the series for you. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And, you know, one of the things that was said last night on the phone with Spain, and he said, you know, to play at the level of the late great Mr. Green, it's like a 12-hour-a-day journey for like 20 or 30 years, right? It's a prodigious effort. You know, it's an Olympic, more than, you know, almost more than an Olympic effort. So how many people are actually, how many guitarists walking the planet are actually playing at the level of Mr. Green, right? And so there's only one Mr. Green, and this like brings me back to one of my favorite jazz standards. There will never be another you. And it's a wonderful song. It's just a wonderful tune, a great set of changes. So I don't know how I got tripping on that, but let's take a look at fingers 1, 2, 3, and stretch 4 again. 1, 2, and 4, you know. Yep. Sending love from Music Master. Oh, the maestro is in the house. Music Master, sending love from Kentucky. I'm about to go to school. I would recommend you go to school and get as much education as you can. Generalize yourself and then specialize yourself if you want. But really great to see you here. If you have a chance at some point, bring a guitar. If you're not able to bring a guitar, you can always look at these live streams, repost to my channel. After they're done with live, what we do is we repost them unedited. We keep the live chat so you can see everyone talking. You can see all of the benefit, the questions being asked and answered, and you can play along on demand. So you can do this anytime you like. But we're here every morning, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live for the remainder of 2025. What we are going to do is we're going to take a look at the first video that we released in this live series, and then we're going to take a look at the last video that we released from this live series in 2025, and we're going to legitimately study how much we've gained by spending 260 hours of warm-up time. That's not counting the rest of our practice routine, but it's something that we're very serious about. And we want to see, what does that 260 hours look like for a personal gain? Does my gain look like your gain? Does your gain look like my gain? Did I become a better person? Did I become a deeper spiritual thinker? You know, did I become a better guitarist, a better guitar practitioner? 1 E and a 2, we're doing 9 with the drop, kicking that first finger back, stretch it. We'll call it a finger stretch in the guitar world. So 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E. But if you're skiing the powder, you're kind of calling it a kickback or laying back, you know, and then you're going really fast through the powder. As soon as you lay back on the powder, it's like when you're skiing or snowboarding. I'm on the board, you know, most of the time, and then you can get going, like, you know, your speed increases exponentially as you lean back. But this is not that for me. This one is probably one of the more difficult and terrifying like exercises for me to do, because that fourth finger stretches great, wonderfully. This first finger is a place where I need a lot of work. In a previous life, I almost, I chopped half of the finger off with a chop saw. So I'm still sort of like, even though it was like a decade ago, more than probably 10 or 12 years ago, it's still sort of, I'm still finding that it's in a state of recovery. I'm still recovering that finger from what I thought was being lost to a power tool. But they were able to, I realized what happened, and I wrapped it in my father was with me on the job site, and he says, hey, well, first of all, I yelled, I said, hey, I cut my finger off. And I yelled quite a bit louder than that, probably 110 or 20 decibels. And he comes running, takes his gypsum-covered sweatshirt off and covers up my finger, wraps it up, and we run down to the emergency department. Now's a great time for a stretch. We run down to the emergency department, straight elbow, pulling the fingers back just for a good feel. And let's not forget to breathe. Let's not forget to breathe. So the doctor's cleaning it up. I'm in the ED, the emergency department. Doctor's cleaning it up. It looks gross. I look at it and I just about pass out because I'm a guitar player, right? And I know what it means. I'm going to have to relearn how to play the guitar with 3 fingers, you know, or whatever, 3 fingers and a stump, which is fine. I can do it, you know what I mean? Who cares? But if Django can do it, then I can do it. And so he decided to let it heal. They couldn't stitch it. It was so bad it couldn't be stitched. They just covered it up and said, hey, don't worry, over time we'll just keep it moist and the skin will eventually grow back over it. And it did. And there it is right there, right here. I thought maybe you'd be interested. We're friends now, right? So you can see what it did to the shape of my finger. But you know, that's what happens when you live hard, you know, play hard. Just part of the game, you know. I've had 16 penny spikes go right through my hand, and you know, it's not as bad as you might think. Sending love from Kentucky. Is it on Spotify? What's the name of the band? That's a good question, Anthony. Mostly crazy all the time. Nun Puncher. Song is Secret Meeting. Tried to share a link. Don't think it worked though. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Anthony, for trying to help me. Anthony's one of our live chat angels, right? He's one of our live chat archangels. So Anthony's here. We've got Raul McWenna. We've got Kevin Haas. We've got Marlon Grubbs. We've got a bunch of guitar for everyone. A bunch of people are here, guitar players from all over the world who are here to you know, help create that rising tide. You know, because that's exactly what's going on, and we're doing it a little bit at a time, right? Who engineered, produced? Thank you so much for listening to it. It came in so strong. It was like, whoa. You're melting my heart, Anthony. Recorded it at Interstellar Studio and mixed at Master Disc in New York. Yeah, right on. In memory of John Sykes. Give us some Sykes riffs. Wow. Test the spirit there, Jesus' name above all. Amen. Raul, just talking about you. Your ears ringing. You're one of the many, one of the select few archangels of this live chat. And when we have questions, Anthony's drawn some attention to Mostly Crazy All the Time, and he's got a new single called Nun Puncher. Song is Secret Meeting. Try to share the link. I don't know if you can share links on YouTube Live. So Sykes is the GOAT of Les Paul players. Hey. Yeah, right on. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Now we're through our warm-up sequence. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the Steve Vai, one of our favorite Steve Vai's 10-hour workout. I don't have the magazine right handy this morning, but let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So what we're doing is just patternistic approaches. You know, it's 1 3 4 1 3 4, shift up a position, same thing, 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 3 4. And try to remember, don't use the second finger at all. Let's start it. 1 E and a 2 E, up and down, 3 E and a 4 E and a VP Records, nice. And then 1 3 4 on the ascend on every one of these. 1 3 4. Shifting up at this 4th position. Oh, I snuck my second finger in there. Did you see it? My second finger keeps trying to break back into tonal playing. And I guess that's one of the reasons why this exercise is helpful. So we can program our fingers so that it's not, you know, we're not victims of our tonal association. So let's start in position 9, we'll work our way back. 1 E and a 2 E and a you know what to do E and a. Also, if you're here, please help us to get over 20 likes for this live stream. If you don't mind, let's go ahead and if you're here, you may as well bang that like button or smash that like button. Definitely appreciate it. He's one of the best of the 80s. His solos absolutely scream. Agreed, Michael. one of the best vibratos in the game. That's a wonderful thing to talk about. Just like a whole session on vibrato warm-up would be probably worth doing, wouldn't it? Gotta earn it. Play a Sykes riff or two, and I'll give you a like. You gotta earn it. Yeah. we'll go ahead and this is specific to, you know, I really appreciate the request, and sometimes we have the time to do that. But right now we're at 50 minutes, and we still have more than 10 minutes worth of work to do. And so here's what I do about that. I do live stream, you know, 1 or 2 times a month in the evenings where I love to take the requests. If you want to work on how to transcribe a song, we do that. If you want to transcribe a song, we do that. If you have specific questions about anything guitar related, we do that there. So that would be a great time for you to jump on board. This right here is specific to a morning ritual and a morning warm-up. So what I'm expecting is that people are showing up all over the world with guitar in hand, and then what we do is we go through breath work here in the morning, we go through tuning up in the morning, and then we go through chromatic style warm-up sequencing. And this is happening for free between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every weekday morning for the entire year of 2025. And there's a reason we're doing this, is to see what we have for gains at the end of the year, and we'll be able to literally understand what happens when we put 260 hours a year in, okay? And what kind of drive do we get? What kind of you know, forward momentum do we generate for ourselves as guitar practitioners? And so that's sort of the primary focus of this live stream. And if you feel compelled to you know, like that, that's great. And if you want to meet me in another forum where we do those requests more frequently, sometimes we have the time in this morning live stream because we're just sort of not adding anything new, but we've been adding the new things. And so the new thing now is we've been working on 3 notes per string. So we're starting with open low E, and we're starting with this pattern 1 2 4 1 3 2 4 1 3 4 1 3 4, and then 1 3 4 stretch 4. And then what we're doing is we're working the G major chord, the G major scale, sort of like you know, kind of like entry level, like legato style playing, right? You know, just getting those finger rolls going. This is the beginning for me, like in my mind, of that entry level sort of like legato stuff. And then so now what I'm doing is working fingers 1 2 4, stretching the 1 back, 1 2 4 again, and then 1 3 4, and then 1 3 4, and then 1 3 4 after we change position. So 1 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 1 2 4, stretch that first finger back, and then we've got these really cool like patternized positions right here located on the guitar. Okay, so that helps because now we can use 3 notes in every position. Now we're on the top of, like, we're just continue basically playing all of the notes on G major scale as we ascend the guitar neck. And then we use the, you know, the next position up is a different set of 3 notes per string. All right, and then now we're on to something a little different here. So we're looking at a mix Phrygian mode. 2 4 1 3 4 1 3 4, and then here's the but I'm really focusing on the G note. And then we've got these really brilliant, like, and then you can work on picking programs for those. But one really interesting place that we need to talk about in this kind of playing is the transition from one string to the next. Especially when we're involving the B string, usually there's some kind of awkward positional change or positional shift, which what happens is I have to remember to use the the same fingers descending that I used ascending, so that I don't confuse my left hand or confuse my little brain here. So I've got this 1 3 4 stretch 4, and then 3 1 stretch 4 3 1. And then the fourth finger drops down to the T, or the the 11th fret. At the same time, my first finger is switching position back to position number 7. So what I'll do is I'll practice just that string transition, and troubleshoot the existing issue, and slow that down and put that under a microscope and dial it in. And then try to make sure that my effort is clean. And then that makes this a little bit more palatable. Okay, all right. So there is, why don't we continue working up that scale, and we'll introduce the new thing tomorrow maybe. Sweet, let's see, all right. Play Sykes riff. I really want to do that, and maybe if we go a little bit over today, we can get to that. Thomas Evans, good morning. How's it going? And Sweet, how do you tune a bass? That's a good question. 3 notes per string is key to unlocking the greatest. Yeah. ALS, alternative picking. Yep. And 3 note per string will force people to level up. It does work, doesn't it? It really does. It takes a little bit of time to do that. Wow, I just caught you flashing some serious speed, Jason. And with a clean channel, no hiding, sloppy. Yeah, that's right. It's all smoke and mirrors, my friends. It's all smoke and mirrors. So the next one is the Lydian mode. So we've got the nice, we're laying back, we're kicking it back with a first finger stretch, and then Lydian mode. So it's mode 4 of G major, A, B, and then C. And then we're focusing on tonicizing that G note, right? So that's the sort of the tonic center. But we're starting with all of the notes available to us in the scale, which is not necessarily the root note. 3 notes per string, kick that first finger back, 1, 2, 4, and then we pull it up to 9th fret, 1, 2, 4, because we have that sharp 4, 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, shift up to 10, 1, 3, 4, and then same position, 1, 3, stretch 4. So if you're new to this, I'm only imagining that this is terribly difficult, so I'm going to walk us through this new one note per beat. So it's 1, stretch 4, position number 8, stretch 4, 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4 again, and then 1, 3, 4, and then shift up a position, 1, 3, 4, and then stay in the same position, 1, 3, stretch 4. Good. strings. And how does that happen? So the B string is usually a place where we focus, right? Position number 10, we're using 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then kick it up a notch. Position shift up to 11, 1, 2, 4, and then another position shift up to 12, 1, 2, 4 again, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 3, 4. This is all focusing on modes of the G major scale. Right at time here, so let me just check. I think we're gonna have to start wrapping it up here. I'm going to give us a little bit of, if you are sticking around, I am going to just set up a quick rhythmic pattern upon which we can start working, floating the remainder of those scales. Let me just kill that one because it's not really going with metronome. There we go. I think it's pretty, we'll call that close enough. And so what I'm doing here now is just kind of working through giving myself some sort of context, a melodic context with a harmonic background. Let's turn this off, right? Now I'm on mixolydian mode, position number 10, which is, you can use fingers 1 or 2 or 3. Oh, mostly crazy all the time. I promise anyone watching, you can learn and level up fast working with Jason. Man, this is a very thankful moment. So thank you for the super chats and really it's so easy to forget what I'm doing, right, and focus on speed. But this is also a great time to work on tone and tone shaping, because tone shaping comes from the fingertips, and that includes the pick and both the picking hand and fretting hands. But we're focusing on fretboard today. That was my personal devotion for the day, and is that I want to continue to work on unlocking the fretboard for my. So I'm visualizing the fretboard and what the fretboard means to me. And for whatever that's worth, it's just a visualization tool that I don't want to become too esoteric over that moment, but now we're moving it up to position number 12, which is going to require a different set of 3 notes per string, which is 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, stretch 4, 1, 3, stretch 4, kick it up a position, 1, 3, stretch 4, 1, 2, 4. Kevin, good morning. Until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much, Kevin, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. I look forward to every moment. So I'm just working through some new stuff, some new ground for us, you know, with need to make some decisions about which fingers to use, and I'm going to start out with fingers 1 and 3 and 4, 1 and 3 and 4, and then 1 and 3 stretch 4, 1 and 3 stretch 4. Then I'm changing position, 1 3 stretch 4 again, and then 1 2 and 4, and then we have that beautiful, beautiful root note that we found ourselves again. The last position is actually one that we've already done, just an octave lower, right, at fret 2, so we're F low, F sharp, low, Korean. Mostly crazy all the time. I'm looking forward to, can you go ahead and just send me a link at 𝗥𝗶𝘁𝗂𝗆𝗃 if you want. But as far as your song goes, I'll go ahead and I'll find it on the internet, and I'm eager to look at it. So thank you for sharing that with the gang this morning, and congratulations on your new successes with a beautiful release. It sounds like anytime you can birth something from start to finish, it's a remarkable process, and would highly recommend it to anyone here. So let's take a look at finishing up, and wish our good friend Mostly Crazy All the Time a good rest. 1 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4 1 3 4, and then shift up 1 3 stretch 4, and on the top 2 strings. So Anthony, listen to it. Feel free to trash it if you hate it. Yeah. So one of the things that that I want to do with when I release my music, right? I know that there's a limited market for certain genres or certain styles of music, but I just rest assured that Eddie Gomez, the great Eddie Gomez, the bass guitar player, I played with him a little bit, and he said, Jason, we're not the marketable type, and so that always sort of like got my attention. Like a guy like that, he's played with everyone, Miles, everyone, and when a guy like that, a bass player like that, says that we're not marketable, that means, like, to me, then the market needs to shift, Dude, we're not marketable. I'm not just going to go back to my apartment and accept that we're not marketable. And so I work really hard to, introduce the songs that I always have this in the back of my mind. If you can like it, if you want to like it, great. If you don't want to like it, not really my problem. It's, your problem. And, quite frankly, I don't really want to hear your problem, and you just keep it to yourself. But, I want to frame anytime I release, like, Wake the Kids. was a song on my 2013 album, and I know it's a good song. Is it the best song ever written? Probably not. Is it good for my standard? Yes, absolutely. Do I love the work that I do? Another guy, Brian, a horn player, told me I have to love the work that I do, because why else would I do it? So I want to put those things like the Wake the Kids was an overland invasion, and it's about getting the rags of the rest of the things that we have. I still have something left in me that I can do, but it's all framed in a really whisper, like quiet setting, and just trying to dial in the tone and trying to do the work that you're doing, Mostly Crazy, is super important, and it's super challenging to bring something to finish, right? To finish, to get to that point where you can call it finished is just a remarkable thing, that anybody can finish anything in this world, So my only encouragement to you would be like, yeah, trash it if you want, but I might leave that out of the marketing. I'm not sure. But just I have a sense that you have a strong sense of who you are, where you're going. Personally, I don't really know anything about you, but I have an idea that you're a hard worker. You set goals and you complete objectives to reach those goals as part of your plan. This live stream is exactly the result of me having a plan written out and needing to reach the finish line 12 or 24 months from now. So I really do appreciate you having it in you to share your music with all of us. That's super important. And unfortunately for us, we have a live stream that's loaded with a culture of respect for one another, because if you have a success, it means that we all share in that success, and it's a celebration that we should be rejoicing in, right? I appreciate you. I really appreciate your super chats too. So I look forward to seeing you again, and go get some rest. Take care of yourself, man. Yeah. All right. Take it or leave it. That's good to know. That's wonderful to know that we have a fellow companion traveler. And it's easy to overlook that, and it's easy to underappreciate and undervalue something like that. What I'll do is I'll leave you with a word of encouragement, and I really hope that you have a wonderful day. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the same time and same place at 𝗥𝗁𝗄𝗃, and it's a live stream morning ritual for guitar. And I title it, what did you title it? Good morning, guitar, !_. So if you see that coming up, could you help me get to 2 more likes? Can we get up to 2 more likes? Can we get like our 20 up to 20? That'd be great. Yeah, once Anthony's ears are on it, Anthony's got some skill. He's got some mad skill. And hopefully everyone else gets a chance to hear your song. Hey, B. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of those. If you're out journeying and taking the guitar purchase, if you're in gear acquisition mode, if you have the time to put any of that stuff together and your thoughts together while you're... I'm so excited to see that, watch you go through the process. And I'm going to check out Little Wing on Anthony Tortorello's channel today, because he just released a go of Little Wing, and I'm going to check out Mostly Crazy All the Time's recent song, which is It's called Nun Puncher. The song rocks is what we've got a testimonial early on from Mr. Tortorello. And the song is Secret Meeting from Nun Puncher. I tried to share the link. All right, so we, Anthony is a great musician, yeah. And we're fortunate to be in the company of a number of great musicians here, so thanks again, and I really hope you have a wonderful day. And are we at 20 likes? Hey, we're at 20 likes today. So I'll see you tomorrow, and we're bright and shiny, bushy-eyed or bushy-tailed or whatever it is. And until we meet again, I wish you happy picking. Thanks for being here.